Yo! I love my R-double-E-E-S-E-S. Yes! What's going on, guys? It's your boy Cudgle. As is always the case, go ahead and click right here if you want to skip right to the amiibo. Please forgive me for not posting for a while. Trust me, I wanted to, but finals are a pain. But right now I'm back for Christmas break and I should be making videos a little bit more frequently.
I still don't see why you refuse to let me take over your channel when you're busy.
Well, because I know you, Robert, and I know you'd probably do something to ruin my channel, or just upload tons of, like, meme crap.
But that's already what your shitty channel is. Did you even notice the custom amiibo you made for this video?
But...
Oh darn, now I feel bad.
Alright, I've calmed down now. I'm good. Now I'm assuming most of you have seen the edits that are going around YouTube where it's "We Are Number One" from Lazy Town, where Robbie Rotten and the other Robbie Rottens are singing about being number one and stuff. They're just funny little edits that are just kinda entertaining to watch, all the stupid stuff that goes on. But anyway, I've had a lot of fun watching those. My friends have had a lot of fun watching those, so I figured why not make like a Robbie Rotten amiibo. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. I did. One more thing I wanted to add was I have a Redbubble now. The link is in the description for that. There's not much on it now, but in the future I'll be adding more and more designs that I feel like would be fun to have on like a little zip string bag or like a shirt or whatever. I do encourage you guys to go check it out. The link is in the description, so if anything looks pretty good, then hey, whatever. I'm gay. So this was actually a really fun amiibo to make, mainly because it was just repainting a Waluigi amiibo. I mean, there was some other details that we did with clay and stuff, as you'll see in a second, but this was actually a super fun amiibo to make, and I encourage you guys to follow along with the montage and make one yourself. Well, I guess without any further ado, here's a custom Robbie Rotten amiibo. So as I said before, we're going to be using a Waluigi amiibo for this one. There aren't going to be any major edits to Waluigi. We're just going to paint over a lot of the parts and then edit a few things here and there. I feel like the Waluigi amiibo fits Robbie Rotten really well, because I feel like if Robbie Rotten was a cartoon, then he'd look a lot like Waluigi. We're going to want to cut off the visor part of Waluigi's hat, because what we're going to try and do is transform Waluigi's hat into Robbie Rotten's hair. You'll see what I mean. Carefully sand down the part that you just cut off, because it's going to look a lot better when we go over it in paint. Cut off or sand down Waluigi's buttons on his overalls. This is going to be the place where we put Robbie Rotten's vest. Now this is probably the hardest part of the entire project. Somehow sand down or cut away Waluigi's mustache, because we don't want that there. I used sandpaper and an X-Acto knife to get it off. Using some dark blue paint, we're going to go ahead and paint over Waluigi's sleeves and the top part of his torso. It took me around 3 or 4 coats to make it look good. Now, using some air dry clay, I personally recommend the stuff I'm showing you right now, We're gonna go ahead and fill in the little crevices where Waluigi's hat and his hair meet. What we're gonna try and do is smooth it over so that when we paint over it, it looks like one big piece of hair. Once you get done with the air dry part, you can use some black paint to paint over the hat and the hair. Once you're done, it should just look like one mass of hair. After a few coats of black paint, I used some white paint to add a little texture to the hair. You can do this or you don't have to. We're going to use some tan colored clay that's about the same color as Waluigi's skin to paint over his hands. Robbie Rotten doesn't wear any gloves, so we're trying to give that illusion. Using purple paint, we're going to paint Waluigi's legs to make it look like Robbie Rotten's pants. Using some darker red paint, we're going to paint some stripes on the pants. I didn't film me doing this part, but it should be easy enough. I did 3 stripes on each leg. Then after that, we're going to use some white paint to add outlines to those red stripes. This part's really tricky, and I also didn't film me doing it, but I believe in you. Mwah. Now this is probably the second hardest part of the whole project. This is Robbie's vest. I used the same air dry clay to give a more 3D looking vest, but feel free to just paint it on because the 3D part is really hard. Now you can just paint the vest the same purple that we painted the legs. We're gonna add 2 dark red stripes on the front and the back of the vest. I also didn't film this part, but we're gonna add white outlines to everything on the vest. Just go ahead and look at what I did and that should be good enough. We're gonna paint both of Waluigi's shoes white. Once we do that, we're gonna go ahead and paint the bottom parts of the shoes black. If you're happy with how it looks right now, then you can go ahead and stop where we are. But I like to add a few layers of finish that gives it an overall better look and protects the paint from chipping. And after that, we are done with our Robbie Rotten custom amiibo. thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, there's a button down there that you should probably click if you liked it. If you want to see more of these videos from me, there's also a button down there for that. So why don't you just go ahead and click that? Everybody's doing it. All the cool kids are doing it. Hey, and if you think your friends might like this video, there's also a few buttons down there where you can just share it and you can be a cool guy. Now all your friends can be cool guys. Why would you hold that from them? Make them cool guys. You could all be cool. I'm cool, Robert's not. We could all be cool together, except Robert. Now if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go use my urethra. I guess that means I gotta go pee. Be right back, I gotta go pee. Oh, I'm gay. Now if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go sand my sneakers. But I'm not wearing any right now, I'm barefoot.